What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. It's been a long time since I actually worked on the STI. It's been a couple months actually. I haven't done to the STI nothing for so long. I feel like nothing new. But today I gotta change the spark plugs. I'm putting some one-step colder spark plugs on the STI because you should go one step colder, especially if you are upping the horsepower of the engine, or if you have a built engine or anything like that. And I'm just changing just in case. I haven't had any problems with the spark plugs, but I am doing it just in case. And the car only has 20,000 miles. I believe the manual says that you change your spark plugs every 60,000 miles, but I'm just gonna do it just in case. I've hit the engine pretty hard on the track and autocross, so let's just do this just a little bit. I've done it in the Crosstrek before, and I've done it before in Subarus, and I know they're a pain in the butt because I don't have big hands, but you really need some tiny hands to go in there. The Crosstrek is a little different. The Crosstrek uses like a different smaller socket, and I had to like go to the store and buy the socket, do a little research because my socket didn't fit. But anyways, I'm gonna start taking stuff off, and I also have to do the oil too today because I'm a little overpass the 3,000 mile mark. I'm like at 3,500, and running E85 you should change it 1,000 to 1,500 miles, and I haven't done that. But basically this, it's been cold this couple months, and I really haven't put E85 on it. So I guess so, right? And I don't take the car out too much. So spark plugs and some oil change today, and then I have some things that I got to show you guys for the future that is going to happen. I actually have everything. I've just got to install them all. So if you guys are interested in getting one step colder spark plugs, I got the NGK Spark Plugs, and the part number is LFR 7AIX, and there you go, just in case if you guys need it. I'll try to find a link for it on Amazon, and I'll put it in the description below just in case if you guys want it. But yeah, I gotta take all this stuff right here, take my intake out. I'm gonna take the battery out. Hopefully I can go all the way in there and try to take those spark plugs off. Okay, I took the battery out, and I took the intake out, and I gotta say, I don't know, I feel like it's even deeper down there. Just every time I gotta do spark plugs on a Subaru, I have like that fear that it's gonna take so much because it's so like far in. Like this one will be easy, it's right there. That one is all the way down here, like kind of this is on the way. I can still feel the bolt, and it's just like barely no space right there. And this one is kind of the same. That one is right there, but the other one is all the way back there. So hopefully I don't run into trouble. I got this little light right here, this little camera light there to help me looking in there. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do this. Hopefully I don't run into any problems, and it's not as hard as all the other ones, because it's not an easy job. I've been at it for probably 10 minutes trying to take just the coil pack out, because it's like sandwich in there. My knuckles are already red. It's just the coil pack that I'm just trying to take off. I already took one out, but it's just the one in the back that is a little hard to maneuver. It's just so tight in there. But I'm gonna keep trying, until it comes out.
3 hours later.
Finally got it out. I don't know, you just gotta be patient. It worked by like twisting it around, and the coil pack does bend a little bit, because it's rubber. So it's just that it's a tight fit. My hands don't really fit, and it's like a little bit of sharp edges down there. So I got I don't have bloody knuckles at least, but it's all red and a little sore now. So before I even go start with the other side, I'm gonna try to take these plugs out. Just found out that my high beams are not even correctly in here. What the hell happened here? Good to go. Anyways, I already took one spark plug out. It's not that hard right now. I already got to loosen it up, and I'm taking it out by hand with the extension. I'm just waiting for it to get loose. It's just a little hard. Sometimes you got to wiggle it so it kind of like, so it's kind of easier to turn. Still, hopefully, it's too tight in there. That's what he said. There you go. They don't look too bad. So you guys can see it here. Come on. I don't think it's too bad right there. It's pretty good. It's looking pretty good. Doesn't look burnt, or it doesn't look too lean, too rich. Everything looks pretty good. Now the good thing about these spark plugs is that you don't have to gap them. Specifically said in the instructions, you don't have to gap them, and also it'll tell you exactly what that little small turn after you do it by hand first, and then you do like a little slight turn, and that's the way you tighten it up, and that's pretty much it. So it's pretty good. You don't have to gap anything. I mean, spark plugs these days are already pre-gap, which makes the job way easier. So there you go, nice and clean. It's basically the same. It's just that it's one step colder. Same brand, same everything, same gap, everything. So I'm gonna put this in there, and hopefully everything goes good. I think the thing that mostly scares me is turning the car on. For some reason, every time I do spark plugs, I think that I'm doing something wrong, or that it's not gonna fire or something, and always scares me. Every time I change the spark plugs, I always think that for some reason all that thing that I just did in there, car's not gonna turn on. But let's get this installed, and then it fires up like always.
Six hours later.
Okay, I got the first one in, and as you can see right there, I already got some bloody knuckles right there. Something that I will really recommend, okay, something that I really recommend is because I just had a problem with it. Don't use a socket that is for spark plugs when you put it back in, because the problem is my socket is by pressure, so when they go right inside, it's nice and tight. So I have this socket, which is an old spark plug thing that lost a little thing inside, the little or a magnet or a little rubber pressure thing. So now this socket, I can tighten it up, and then it will slide out really easy. With the other one, it'll like really stick in there, and then every time I try to pull it out, this part will come off, and then this part will stay back inside. So I have to kind of like use a little bit of turning pressure, try to keep this nice and locked down, and then it took me a while to take it out, and as you guys can see, look, I've freaking messed up my hands. But yeah, that is just one little recommendation that I will give you guys if you guys have never changed your spark plugs before. Yeah, I'm gonna keep going. The back one is already done, and I'm gonna do the front one, which should be really simple. Okay, so I am in the other side, and I'm having a lot of trouble with my last one. I already have this one done. That was easy, but I'm having trouble with this right here. It's this damn freaking air box right here, or the air pump, whatever you call this crap here. This crap is kind of on the way right here, and it's like make it even tighter down there. So I can barely, I got the bolt loose for the coil pack, but I can't take this damn thing out. And I'm tightening it there, dumbass. So I'm trying to figure out how to take this, the air pump thing, this little piece right here. But it's a pain. So there's like a bolt here, and it's connected to here, but I have no idea what's connected to the back. So I don't know. I'm trying to see if I can take this coil pack without taking this freaking plastic thing off. In the near future, I was thinking of doing the air pump delete, because it's crap, and I wish I had the tools for it and the parts to do the air pump delete, because I would have just done it right now. But I hate stuff that like this to happen, that it's not easy. All right, I'm gonna try to do this.
One eternity later.
Okay, so this was my royal pain in my ass. Alright, so here's the air pump. There's like 2 bolts around here. There's like another bolt somewhere around here. I took the 2 bolts in the front, but you don't need to take that off. Then you gotta loosen up this, kind of take it out, and then there's the air pump. And then as you can see, it moves in there, so you can actually get in there. And then still a pain in the ass because it's really tight down there, which is down here. And then another thing that was a pain in the ass was taking this damn whole thing with the spark plug in there. So it took me a while until I figured this little AC line, which is like attached here, and there's like another attachment somewhere down there. I was able to take it out, kind of lift it up a little bit, and then I was able to slide it out. And man, this damn plug, man. Sometimes I just don't want to ever touch plugs every time I do a Subaru spark plug. It's so easy in like in other cars. Mini Cooper is like right on top. Where's my Mini Cooper? Somewhere in there. Yeah. But man, my back hurts, my hands hurt, and it's been taking forever, and I still have to change oil. So, and I got more freaking cuts everywhere, like in both my hands now. Yeah, let me finish this up and then put it all back together. Oh man, so it feels like I've been here forever. Alright, so I got all the spark plug stuff, everything back in. I put all my stuff back in, and even my my front mount pipes, which I think this one was backwards. They're kind of the same angle, but for some reason I put it backwards how I wanted it, how I had it. I put it backwards, and I feel like it fits better this way, so I can actually take this off with no problem. I gotta put my intake and my battery. So I just want to show you my intake for all those guys who have a question about front mounts. So I originally had a Cobb intake, and of course I got a Perrin front mount intercooler, and I got the Perrin inlet also. So this happened. So when I install my Perrin front mount, the Cobb intake did not fit. So as you guys can see right here, I had to cut one of the hose of the Cobb intake, and basically it's kind of short right there, so because it wasn't fitting right here, because the Cobb intake basically came all the way down over here, basically almost. So I bought a new intake. Of course, as you guys can see, is Perrin, and this is you guys can see it is the Perrin cold air intake, and it also has a very large filter right here. So basically, because it has a hose somewhere in here, there's a hose somewhere in there, and a hose. So basically, this goes right here. It is pointing down, as you guys can see, and then the big filter goes in that big gaping hole right there. So this is one of the things that I'm going to be installing in the future Also, I'll be installing coilovers. I don't know if I showed you guys before, but I do have some coilovers. There are slightly used, but they were only used for like 3 months. Thanks to Chuck, T-Rex Chuck, if some of you guys follow him. He did sell his STI and gave me a great deal on the coilovers. So I got that. Also coming soon is this pedal spacer for the accelerator. So the accelerator can be closer to the brake, because I can't, for the life of me, I cannot rev match this car at the track. And it's kind of hard for me because I got small feet, or I mean, I don't have small feet, I just have like narrow feet, and the pedal, the brake, and the accelerator are kind of far apart. So I got this coming up in a future video. I also have a torque solution master cylinder brace. This is to help kind of strengthen the brake pedal. So that's another installation video that's going to come in soon. And lastly, I have this solid trans mount that I'm going to be installing also soon to get that transmission nice and very solid. And yeah, I'm kind of excited to install this and see how this feels when I install it. Yeah, so that's coming soon. If you guys are not a subscriber, just consider subscribing so you guys can be up to date with all my installations. So let me get back to putting this crap on and changing my oil. Okay, so everything is done. Oil change is done. Spark plugs are done. So, moment of truth. Let's see. Well, actually, also, I am on E85, so it is kind of cold. I'm at 74, so I know it's going to take a little while to turn on, so. Just in case, I know this is not the spark plugs. This is definitely the cold in at E85. Come on. It's almost there.
"2,000 years later."
There we go. Car's on. Alright, so we're taking a little drive just to make sure that everything runs fine. So hopefully there's no misfires and everything's good to go. So let me turn this light off because I can't see, it's really dark outside. Alright, so car ran fine, no knocks, which is very important. I am at E74 right now, and I forgot about, you know, cold weather, and you know, E85 car kind of takes a little while to turn on, and it hasn't been turned on for a couple days. So everything ran perfectly fine, nice and strong. I did a couple of wide open throttles runs, and nothing wrong, so everything's perfect, and that's pretty much it. So I think for this week I'm going to be installing the Fortunato coilovers, so stay tuned for that. And maybe the same week I'll just keep installing everything that I have, and then so I can bring you guys more content on the channel. So with that said, just remember just to subscribe if you guys have not subscribed, so you guys can stay up to date. And I'll see you guys on the next one.